In the grand tapestry of existence, where the threads of time weave patterns both chaotic and serene, it is not the monumental acts or the thunderous moments that define us. Rather, it is the quiet, unassuming habits, those delicate, daily rituals, that hold the power to shape our lives, to carve meaning from the raw stone of our days, and to guide us toward a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world. To live is to choose, and in the smallest of choices lies the potential for the greatest transformation. This is the alchemy of small habits, a subtle, persistent force that turns the mundane into the profound, the fleeting into the eternal. Consider the act of reading a book. 10 minutes a day, a mere sliver of time, seems insignificant against the vast expanse of a lifetime. Yet within those pages lies a universe, ideas distilled from centuries, emotions captured in ink, and wisdom forged through the trials of others. When we open a book, we do not merely consume words. We step into a dialogue with minds long gone or still breathing. A communion that transcends the boundaries of time and space. Each sentence we read is a seed planted in the fertile soil of our consciousness. And with time, these seeds sprout into insights, questions, and revelations. To read is to nurture the intellect, to stretch the boundaries of our understanding, and to invite the unknown into the familiar. It is a small act, yes, but one that ripples outward, reshaping how we see, how we think, and how we live. But reading is not a passive endeavor, it demands intention. The books we choose are mirrors reflecting our desires, our fears, and our aspirations. A volume on self-discovery might illuminate the shadows within us, while a classic tale of human struggle might remind us of our shared fragility. The key lies in discernment, to select not just any book, but one that aligns with the person we wish to become. In this way, reading becomes an act of self-creation, a deliberate step toward a higher version of ourselves. And yet, its power is not in its grandeur but in its consistency. A single book read in a burst of enthusiasm may inspire, but it is the steady rhythm of daily reading that builds a cathedral of thought. Brick by brick, page by page. Now, let us turn to the act of writing, a practice as ancient as it is intimate. To write a journal is to hold a conversation with the self, to lay bare the tangled threads of our inner world and weave them into something coherent. In the quiet moments when pen meets paper, we do more than record events, we excavate our souls. We unearth the joys we've overlooked, the fears we've buried, and the dreams we've left unspoken. Writing is a mirror, a map, and a compass all at once. It reveals who we are, charts where we've been, and points toward where we might go. 5 minutes a day, such a modest investment, yet within those lines lies the potential to transform chaos into clarity, doubt into purpose. The beauty of journaling lies in its honesty. There is no audience to impress, no judgment to fear. It is a sanctuary where we can be unapologetically human. When we write of our gratitude, a warm meal, a kind word, a fleeting sunset, we train our minds to seek light amid darkness. When we confess our struggles, a missed opportunity, a lingering regret, we release their weight and make room for growth. And when we revisit those pages months or years later, we see not just words, but a story, the story of our becoming. Each entry is a stepping stone, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. Through writing, We do not merely document life, we shape it, refine it, and claim ownership of it. Beyond the realm of the mind, there is the body, a vessel too often neglected in our pursuit of meaning. Exercise, in its simplest form, is another small habit with profound implications. A short walk, a few stretches, a moment of movement, these are not feats of athleticism, but acts of reverence for the life within us. The body is not separate from the soul, it is its partner. Its echo. When we move, we stir the stagnant waters of our being, releasing energy that flows into our thoughts, our emotions, our will. Science tells us of endorphins, of strengthened muscles and sharpened minds. But there is a deeper truth here. To care for the body is to affirm our existence. To say yes to the gift of being alive. Yet the true power of exercise lies not in its intensity, but in its discipline. To rise each day and choose movement, even when lethargy whispers otherwise, is to forge a quiet strength. It is a rebellion against inertia, a declaration that we will not be defined by our weaknesses. This discipline spills over into other corners of life, into our work, our relationships, our dreams. Each step we take, each breath we draw, becomes a metaphor for perseverance. The body teaches us what the mind often forgets: that progress is not a sprint, but a steady march through the seasons of our days. And what of purpose? To set a goal, however small, is to give direction to this march. A goal is not merely a destination, it is a compass, a star by which we navigate the vastness of possibility. It need not be grand. 30 minutes of exercise, a page written, a task completed, but it must be clear. Clarity transforms intention into action, chaos into order. When we wake each morning and ask, "What is the one thing I can do today to move forward?" we align ourselves with a greater current. We cease to drift and begin to steer. The mind, ever eager for meaning, latches onto these small victories, weaving them into a narrative of progress. Over time, these threads, 10 minutes here, a choice there, form a tapestry of achievement that no single, fleeting triumph could rival. Yet purpose without balance is a hollow pursuit. To dedicate time to ourselves, 15 minutes of stillness, a pause amid the storm, is to replenish the well from which all else flows. In a world that demands our attention at every turn, this act is revolutionary. It is a refusal to be consumed, a reclaiming of our sovereignty. In silence, we hear the whispers of our own hearts, the joys we've ignored, the questions we've silenced. We reconnect with the essence beneath the roles we play: parent, worker, friend. This is not selfishness, it is survival. For how can we give to others if we are empty? How can we create if we are drained? To sit with ourselves is to tend the garden of our spirit, ensuring it blooms even in the harshest winters. Gratitude, too, is a habit of the soul, a lens through which we reframe the ordinary into the extraordinary. To pause each day and name 3 things we cherish: a child's laughter, a cool breeze, a moment of peace, is to shift our gaze from lack to abundance. The mind is a restless creature, prone to dwell on what is missing, what is broken. Gratitude tames it, gently guiding it toward what is whole. This is not blind optimism, it is a deliberate choice to see. And in seeing, we heal. Studies speak of reduced stress, of hormones that lift our spirits. But the philosophy runs deeper. Gratitude anchors us in the present, reminding us that life, even in its imperfections, is a gift. Relationships, too, are forged in the crucible of small habits. A kind word, a shared laugh, a moment of listening. These are the threads that bind us to one another. We are not solitary beings. Our meaning is woven into the lives we touch. Yet not all connections are equal. To invest in those that matter, those rooted in trust, in mutual growth, is to build a foundation that withstands time. It is not the number of friends we have, but the depth of our bonds that sustains us. A single, heartfelt conversation can outweigh 1,000 shallow exchanges. To nurture these ties is to honor our humanity. To recognize that we are both givers and receivers in the dance of existence. Money, that practical specter, also bends to the will of habit. To track our spending, to save a fraction of what we earn, to question each purchase. These are not mere calculations, but acts of foresight. Wealth is not the goal, freedom is. When we master our finances, we master our choices. We build a buffer against uncertainty, a ladder toward our dreams. The 50-30-20 rule. Half for needs, a third for wants, a fifth for the future, is a simple framework, yet it embodies a profound truth. Balance is the root of stability. To live within our means is to live with intention. To align our resources with our values. And then there is the art of refusal. The courage to say no. In a world that pulls us in countless directions. This is a radical act of self-preservation. To decline is not to reject others, but to protect ourselves. It is to draw a line around our time, our energy, our purpose. Saying no to the trivial makes room for the essential. It is a skill honed through clarity. When we know what matters, we know what does not. A polite refusal, "Thank you, but I can't right now," is not a wall, but a gate, preserving the space where our truest selves reside. At the heart of all these habits lies a dual force, persistence and discipline. Success is not a gift bestowed upon us. It is a garden cultivated through daily care. Persistence keeps us moving when the path grows steep. Discipline ensures we stay the course when temptation beckons. Together, they form the backbone of transformation. A single day of effort may fade into memory, but a year of small steps builds a mountain. The beauty of this truth is its universality. No one is exempt from the need to begin, to falter, to rise again. The philosopher's stone is not a myth, it is the quiet resolve to act. Day after day, until the ordinary becomes extraordinary. What, then, is the purpose of this alchemy? It is not merely to achieve, but to become. Each habit is a brushstroke on the canvas of our lives, a note in the symphony of our days. To read is to grow wise, to write is to grow clear, to move is to grow strong, to set goals is to grow purposeful, to rest is to grow whole, to give thanks is to grow joyful, to connect is to grow human, to save is to grow free, to refuse is to grow sovereign. To persist is to grow resilient. Together, these acts weave a life not of perfection, but of meaning, a life that echoes beyond the fleeting moment into the vastness of eternity. And so, we return to the beginning, the smallness of it all. The grandest cathedrals rise from single stones, the mightiest rivers flow from humble streams. Life is not a race to a distant finish line, but a journey through countless nows. To embrace this is to embrace our power, not as conquerors of the world, but as architects of ourselves. The tools are simple: a book, A pen, a step, a breath. The path is ours to walk. And the promise is this: with each small habit, we do not merely live, we flourish. Let us begin today, not with fanfare, but with quiet resolve, for in the stillness of these choices lies the roar of a life transformed.